What is up, everyone? Welcome to Body Code Game. As you read the description, I completed my first game, and honestly, I had an absolute blast making it. Now I am a gamer. I've been a gamer my whole life, pretty much, y'all. Started with the Super Nintendo. And the joy I get, I played games, and I'm 35 years old. I still play games. I love video games. I'll play them till I die. Um, and making this video game, Besotted, I have had as much fun making this video game than I do playing the games. And I wasn't too sure how it was going to be when I started making video games. I went to school for it back in 2016 for simulation game development. And that was right when I got out of prison. So my passion was not totally there. I was huge into fitness, and getting fresh out of prison. All I was thinking about was working out and girls. And I wanted to do game development, but my passion went to personal training. But fast forward, actually, taking the first step into game development. I can't express. I wish I would have done this sooner and earlier. I had a fucking blast making this game. And it literally, I could spend hours and hours making this game. And time would go by so quick. I'm like, damn, I got to go to sleep or I got to get up and go to work. I was enjoying it so much. And to me, it was like playing a video game. Is making it. Especially I have a huge creative mind to where I want to do stuff. I have all these things that I built up since I was a kid, and I think everyone does, like where we fantasize about stuff, whether it's fictional or nonfiction. I've always dreamed of like a fantasy world of like having people fighting. When I was growing up, me and my brother used to play toys, like wrestling figures, any kind of toys we would play, and our imagination would run wild. And I think I've kept that imagination now. I think we all do, but a lot of people try to hide it and shun it. Because you're an adult, you're supposed to not think about that. You're not a man or you're not a woman because you're fantasizing about kid stuff, But it's not a bad thing having a big, giant imagination. And that is where it helped build Besotted. And it's going to help build a lot of my future games is having this imagination. And doing this, y'all, it's a blast. If you're thinking about starting game development, I highly, highly recommend it. Now is the best time. You have so many people that will help you, teach you. You got Discord. You can ask a question. Tutorials. There's classes for cheap. You can literally take a whole class of anything for free, or you can find them for like $10 for a 23-hour course. And today's the best day to start game development. If you have a big imagination, a good story, just do it. Just really freaking do it. I'm glad I did. I wish I would have done it sooner. But let me show y'all a little bit on my screen of the joy I get from seeing this. If you're an old school gamer now, I don't know if younger ones will know this because now you have like guides, like YouTube you can watch if you're stuck on a game. But back in my day, I'm sounding like an old school because I am. You had strategy guides you had to buy, right? If you couldn't afford the strategy guide, but your mom or pops had a computer, we would go on the computer, do dial up, make sure no one needed to use the phone, and we would go on this website called GameFAQs. What is GameFAQs? If you're an OG gamer, you probably heard of it. We're gonna kind of go look at my screen. It is GameFAQs is where all the games are there. There's the board forums, and people would post strategy guides, and they would help you get through the game if you're stuck somewhere. I did not do this. I usually type in like Besotted on Google and see what pops up. And, I'll be damned. There's GameFAQs. I said, damn, it's got my game. So I clicked it, and, it took me to the... Oops. It took me here. It actually was here. It took me to Besotted. Oh, that's so cool. Even though my game is not an action adventure game, it's a turn-based RPG, but it's okay. I can email them and see maybe and also say the sandbox. But it's okay. I don't know who did this, or is this AI who put this on here. I didn't put this on here. But it had my release date. It has my game studio. And I was like, oh, shit. That is so cool. The genre is wrong. I can figure out how to maybe eventually email them and they can correct it. But I was shocked. There's a board here. No, obviously, there's no one really frequencies as much like they used to. But I was like, this is so cool to have my game on GameFAQs. And then literally 2 days ago, I got a Steam page for the new video game I'm creating, which is called The Last Issue, Chasing Angels. And when I clicked, developer publisher, that's my game studio. I clicked it, go down, 2025, that's Besotted. That's the game that's coming out in a couple weeks. And I looked down, oh my God, they have my other game. Literally, I announced this 2 days ago. I didn't let the public know, at least on the Steam page. The Steam page is now live, which I'm going to do a separate video for that. But the Steam page went public 2 days ago, and they already have my game. That's how quick this is. And this is so cool. And even, okay, it's an adventure game. It is an adventure game. It's a little puzzle, but it's really, really cool and that's my artwork, to be able to see your video games listed on here, on GameFAQs. That's like you can type in Besotted, and I didn't do any of this. I don't know what this is. Let's click it. Hopefully it's nothing inappropriate, but like GitHub's got it. That's my game. What website is this? Oops. But it's like the satisfaction of being able to see this. Start slideshow. It tells the summary, community. I mean, it's really cool because I didn't do any of this. Only promotion I do is on my YouTube, which we already know doesn't get about 50 views a video. So it's just cool to be able to see stuff like this, especially on GameFAQs. It's so cool. I love, and like this, I clicked. Where did this come from? Your countdown. I didn't do this. Besotted PC release date. Wow, and whoever created your countdown, it was added 5 days ago. I didn't do this. So who does all this stuff? It's pretty spectacular, because there's a lot of video games out being released. I forgot I watched Chris. He released a video today. I could have sworn he said like 18,000 games were released last year, which is great. More video games. But Steam Hunter, what is this? To get the satisfaction. That's why I'm telling you, the release date is wrong, it's the 27th, but we're okay with that. Man, Player Zero, I don't know what this is, but it's the best time to do it. Even if your game doesn't sell, just to have the satisfaction of like, I don't know if this happens for all games, just to have this, and having your game out there on these websites that I've never heard of. I have heard of GameFAQs, and it's kind of why I made this video, like seeing this and getting like nostalgia, because GameFAQs was on my favorite page when I was a kid. Growing up, this is how I beat games that I got stuck on that I couldn't afford a strategy guide. I have spent many, many hours just reading, just like going on the forums. I love talking about video games, reading other people playing video games. For the games that I couldn't afford or weren't out or my parents didn't buy me, I would go on here, y'all, and, talk with people and learn their experience on them playing the game. And me getting so hyped because, birthday's coming around the corner. And I'm listening, I'm reading about the new Art the Lad collection. That was like $70-$80. So that could be only the present I get for my birthday or something. So reading this and kind of getting hyped and trying not to spoil it myself, but I'll click and, people tell me, oh, this is a great game, and I did that. And seeing my game on here, this is more rewarding, guys, than anything, I'm at this point to where I've had so much fun with making this game. I really don't care if it sells. it could sell 1, 2 copies. I enjoy this, and that's why I'm already starting on my next video game. The pleasure I get to be able to finally release something that's been stuck in my head for so long, and to be able to see it presented the way it is now. It could have started with a blank canvas, just thoughts in my head. And let's look at this. My YouTube channel, this was released 8 months ago, and I remember this. I got the volume off, but let's see. Let's look at it. This is what I forgot. This might have been an item or a weapon item shop. I can tell. But just creating this, and this is in the game. And it's just crazy. This was 8 months ago. I've worked on this game for 13 months. Kind of fast forwarded, but look at that. Just to be able to see your creation, like, oh man, has it really been that long? Have I been working on this game that long? I know it's not long as a lot of people, but 13 months for my first game, I think it's a long time. So we got that one. Let's see, when was this one? 8 months ago as well. Man. And I remember someone commented, they look like hamburger patties, and that cracked me up. Man, it's the feeling, guys. If you're very creative, you got imagination, I say learn, go for it. Just the satisfaction of releasing a game. As long as you're not in this for like the money, if that's all you're thinking about, then more than likely some people just fail. I don't care what it does. I just want my friends and family to play it, and just for myself, because, we could be gone tomorrow, and I want to have something of myself out there in the world. I've always been like that. I used to create music when I was not little, but a teenager, and I always felt like I had a purpose. I want to release something, in case I die, someone can have something, a piece of me when I'm gone. And, I didn't have that. And that's when I started doing this, and I started really thinking about, I would like to make video games, and that way people could play it. And if something happens to me in 20, 30, 40 years, this will still be here. Unfortunately, this planet's still here, but I think this is cool to be able to have something out there. Because let's say 20 years from now, when I'm bald or I'm gray or who knows, I'm looking back on these YouTube videos, I'm looking back on the games I created, and it's going to take me back to today of where I'm making this video. I'm going to be watching this video in 10, 20 years. I'm like, damn, I remember that. And I'm going to wish I could go back to that. And that's why another thing I preach is you really have to enjoy every single day, because even though you may not be having the best day today, in 10, 15 years, you're going to wish you can rewind time and go back to the time you're at now. I say that all the time because I remember even 20, 15 years ago when I was a teenager, I remember hating it. I was like, I can't wait to grow up. But now I look like that. I wouldn't mind going back. It was a good life. You didn't have to worry about bills or nothing, and that's why I'm so happy today. And that's why I love my life so much. Because I know in 10 years, I'm going to look back at this moment like, damn, I wish I could go back. But it's okay, because I'm telling myself now, I'm enjoying it. I'm soaking all this in. My first video game, and I had a blast doing it. And not just because it's my game. I played games. This is a good game, guys. I'm excited for y'all to play it. This is actually a very good turn-based RPG. If you like the PS1 style RPGs, you will like this game. And for people, the RPG developer blocking, this game is great. It's going to show you what this game engine can do. I highly recommend this engine. I love it a lot, and the stuff I can do, you would have never guessed it came out of this game engine. Man, it's just crazy seeing that, because the dungeon I'm building here is toward the end of the game. That was 6 months ago. That's kind of how long game development takes. This was the last engine, or not last engine, last dungeon I worked on in the game, and that's toward the end, and that was 6 months ago. So the more I think about wow, it took a long time to do a lot of the stuff, and now I'm playing it, by the way, guys, start to finish. And even I developed it, so I know where everything's at. I know the tricks or whatever. And I'm still at 16 hours right now. And I just started the last chapter. There's 4 chapters in the game. I just started the last chapter. I've test played it, when I create the map, but I've never played it start to finish. And I'm doing that now before release. And I'm fixing everything, doing all the bugs. And I'm chapter 4. I'm, like I said, 16 hours in. And I told myself, like, wow, this is... when I created, I guessed that this game is going to be a 15 to 30 hour game. And just a guess, but the more I'm playing, I'm like, it's true. I'm at 16 hours and I'm still at chapter 4. And chapter 4 is the longest chapter in the game. So I'm thinking this actually could be a 30-hour adventure. And I'm the developer. I made this, and it's still taking me a long time. Which is great, for at times I thought, damn, this game may be too short. But God, when I started playing, oh my God, this game is fucking huge. And it's taken me a while. It's an old school game, and I wanted people to grind. Because that's when I was a kid, when I was 12, 13 years old. I love grinding in video games. I love leveling up. I love leveling up and seeing, oh, do I get a new ability when I level up to, say, level 20? Oh, damn, I didn't. Well, let's try 21. Bam, 22, you got a new ability. And that's what I added in this game, the excitement of, damn, what abilities are next? And I've added abilities in this. For the 3 characters, you get abilities all the way up past level 50. So, there's progress in it, and it's fun. It's really fun, and now having a music composer on this, doing the whole soundtrack for this, makes this game 20 times better. But look at this, guys. To feel what I'm feeling now, and I hope y'all get to experience, or maybe you have already. Tell me, like, how did you feel when you released your first video game? But it's much bigger than that for me. From my background, guys, I was a heroin addict for 12 years. I smoked crack. I shot up crack. Did heroin. Got locked up for heroin trafficking, selling drugs. Went to prison for 3 fucking years. That's a long time, guys. And now I've been clean for 12 years, going on 12 years. It'll be this year. And to be able to do this, guys, if someone, the statistics, if someone can't do it, I wasn't supposed to be here anyway. I'm not supposed to do what I'm doing. And if I can do it, guys, if you're watching this, you can do it too. Because I have been through so much shit in my life. You would never guess that. But just have hope. You just got to do this. Just absolutely. If you're on the fence about game development, stop after this video. Learn. Open up your game engine of choice. RPG developer Baking's only like $70. There's free ones, Unreal. The main one's Unity. Godot. Hop in there. You can even find an RPG Maker on a discount. The old school ones for even like $3 or $5. And just do it, y'all. It's amazing. If I can do this, anybody can do this. And I guess I can show y'all, since I'm here, my new game. I posted the trailer of it already on YouTube prior to this. Where is it? There it goes. It got approved the other day. I keep going back and forth. I should do a video of how hard it can be going back and forth with Steam, trying to get your capsule pictures, getting them the perfect size. It happened with Basada, and it happened again. I thought I could do it. Like, I can do this. I did it once. Took me fucking 3 times going back and forth, like, hey, you got to do this, that. And I keep, one day I'll get it and turn it in one time. Will be good. But here's my new game. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but I thought I would show y'all. I would love your support. Wishlist Besotted, pick it up. It'll be $15 in 2 weeks with the 10% discount. I forgot what that is, like $13, something like that. And it's worth it, guys. It is so worth it. You're going to be playing a 20-hour game, and and it was made by me with a lot of passion. My favorite games are Art the Lad Collection, Final Fantasy, Grandias, Lunar. I'm excited for Lunar coming out, by the way. And those were my type of games growing up. So that's what I wanted to make Besotted. But let's go back to here. The last issue, Chasing Angels, is not a turn-based Japanese RPG. It's not an RPG, period. It is a puzzle adventure game / visual novel, but not the boring stuff of the visual novel. I'm not too big of a fan of visual novel. Then you just read, don't play gameplay. This one, you actually control the character. You can pick from 4 different characters, move them around. This also was made in RPG developer Bocking. I guess we can start the trailer a little bit, kind of show you, but you see the character moves, you do that, but it's a puzzle game. There's going to be a lot of puzzles, and I'm actually going to do a lot of like CGI, using the AI to capture my face to turn it into 3D. And I'm going to, it's a lot of stuff I'm not going to say yet, but you'll see it here soon. And I'm going to use that for puzzles. So a CGI clip will play of me, and I'll do like riddles. And that way, when you go to a cave, you need a key or like a password. You have to watch the CGI and get the riddles correctly, and it'll do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And then, like having these issues here, I created 2, and you're going to enjoy 2 stories in one. You get to enjoy the comic book that's in the game. There's 10 issues. And you'll get to actually enjoy the game playing it. There'll be puzzles, a lot of stuff. There'll be stuff floating. You got to jump, dodge, that kind of puzzle game. But the main stuff is having like CGI for the puzzles, like riddles. If you like riddles, I think you'll like this game. So this, I would like to have it out before the end of the year. But I may not. We'll see how development goes. If not, it'll be out probably the same time next year, like Besotted. But I'd like to do 1 game a year. That is the goal. Maybe 2. I wanted to do this game and have it a smaller scope, but the more my ideas are flowing, this might be a bigger game than I'm thinking. But it's going to be worth it because this game is something that I would like released now, so that's why I'm creating it. But thank y'all for tuning in with me. And if you're on the fence, guys, and you're into game development, if you are, you're probably watching this, and that's the reason you're watching it. Hop in it. Who cares what people think? Just release your game. Make it. It does not matter. Don't listen to the negative comments. The satisfaction of releasing your game and having people play, whether they hate it or they love it. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about you, what you want to do. Don't let other people take that away from you or bring you down saying, oh, your game sucks, never do it again. It doesn't matter. Do what you want to do. Get your imagination out onto paper, onto games. And you'll feel better because you'll have put something out into this world. And that feeling's better than money. That feeling's better than if someone's going to enjoy your game. So do it for yourself first. And again, thank y'all. Thank y'all for watching, and pick up Besotted January 27th. Wish list, the last issue, Chasing Angels. And again, thank y'all so much, and take care.